Hey guys, this is Toby Eunice of Garage Prospecting. What we've got today is the material that came in a large 9-pound bag that Tony from GCMC Mining sent me. GCMC is Glacier Creek Mining Company. And this is the material that he pulls out of his own claim. As you can see, it runs the gamut from coarse to fine. I did run the magnetic, looking for magnetic material, and what I got was this, and I'm going to put it under the microscope so you can see it, because that's not your average black sand. There's some pretty large size, chunky stuff in there. So I'll put that under the microscope. I'm also going to process it slightly differently in that I'm going to use my large classifiers. I'm going to use 1/10 and 1/20, or 10 mesh and 20 mesh. The plus 10, I'm going to have to go through and pick through by hand, because Tony said there were some pretty large chunks in there that were plus 10, maybe even plus 8. So that's going to take a little time. But let me put this material under the microscope for you so you can take a look at it. All right, here is that material under the microscope. Now I've started up at the edge of the Petri dish, because what you see there is what you would normally say is the equivalent of black sand, and that's I have to put the microscope way up in order to just get this shot, but you can see that as I go downward, that this stuff gets pretty big pretty quick. And like I said, that's the top. That's what normally you'd call black sand. But you can see this other material is basically small, river gravels, but it's magnetic. I did find another one of those wires that we see every once in a while in magnetic material. That was the only one I saw. But different colors, as much brown as black. There is black material in there, but it's pretty good size and different shapes as well. So I just wanted you to see this in case you ever got some of that material from Tony, so that you knew you had this kind of magnetic material in there to deal with. Okay? All right, let's go back to laying out what we're going to do for this process. All right, here's what we have. First, we've got this material that's +4 material, just big rocks. A lot of it's slate-looking, but it all has a lot of mica. I did see one piece of quartz in there, right there, but most of it is that slate-looking material. There's some of that black material that's not magnetic. So I think we're just going to put that in with the collection of material that I'm saving for the Mighty Mill. Okay, put that aside. This is +8. The reason I want to do something special with this is because Tony mentioned in one of our text conversations that there might be gold in the +8, +10 nuggets, he said, to look for. Now, as you can see, you'd think you'd be able to see them, but because they're that gold that's covered in that brown material, it's hard to take it out. So I think what I'm going to have to do, as much as I don't like to, I'm going to have to pan that out, and I'll do that first. This material, so I broke this out. This is -8, -12, -20, and most of the material is here. And I know that when I ran Anita's material, which is similar, Anita's Paydirt, which is similar material, I don't think we got a lot out of the +20. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to run these 3 down the vibrating sluice and see what we get out of that. So the 2 processes that we're going to use is I'm going to pan this material, and I'm going to take the 3 of these, -8, -12, -20, and put them through the sluice and clean up once after the end of that run. Okay? And the reason those numbers are different from what I've used in the past is I used the big classifiers, the bucket size classifiers, and the numbers on my bucket size classifiers are slightly different from the numbers on those small classifiers that you've seen me use to this point. All right? So let's set up panning this first. All right? All right, we'll use the oil pan, small black pan, and we'll do this a little bit at a time. And I'm going to turn on the music, and you guys can watch in high speed. All right, so I didn't get anything out of that. Let's go on to the sluice and see if we can get anything out of that material there. All right? All right, here we go with the vibrator sluice. Vibrator's not on. The water is flowing at 8.5 volts off the regulated DC power supply. I'll turn the vibrator up now. It's going to get loud. And then what we're going to do is we're going to run the -8 material first, then the -12 material, then the -20 material, and we're going to run it all down the sluice. All right? See what we get. right, guys. So from what I can tell right now, we've got several small flakes. We've got a piece of copper. We've got a bunch of those wires. I don't know if you can see me playing with them here. Some of that wire that comes from, I don't know where, but it shows up pretty regularly. There's another one. So I've got some wire in there. And a couple of small gold flakes, or gold flakes. I'm not going to call them small. There is some flowery stuff right in there. So I don't know, there's 10 or 12 colors. And I guess I'm surprised because we had so much material to start with. You know, we had the close to 9 pounds worth of material, and Tony's usually pretty good about giving us stuff that has gold in it. So I don't know, you know, I guess I'm just going to have to figure that. I always figure something I did, you know. So let me see if I can get these heavy rocks out of there. And then I want to check these. I want to crush a couple to make sure they're not gold, you know, just because they are heavy. They're just staying in the corner over here where the gold is. So I feel like, I'll just see if I can get rid of the wires if nothing else. See, like these things right here. You know what? I'm going to hammer one right now. Just no. All right. Let me get cleaned out what I can, and then we'll look at it under the microscope, and then I don't think we'll weigh it, because I don't think there's anything, unless you start weighing wires and things like that, I don't think there's much to weigh in. So, as usual, the stuff that comes from Alaska is really, really tough. And it's got this material in it that's not black sand. It's just another metallic. I think Tony said there's some tin in here, like these rocks right here, along with these wires. Shouldn't be here at this point, right? But they are. So there's one of the wires right there. So, and these rocks here are just as, I mean, they're very dense. There's another wire. So I got a lot of that stuff, but there's a little bit of gold there, a little bit of gold there. So let me get this cleaned up, see if I can get at least a shot of it, what I did collect here. And then we'll take a look at it under the microscope, and I don't think we'll waste time weighing it. There doesn't seem to be enough to be worth. There's, I don't know, 20 colors in there. So not bad. I'm not complaining. It was free. It was a gift. So far be it for me to complain about a, what is that old saying? Never look a gift horse in the mouth. Okay, I'll be back in a sec with a shot under the microscope.
So this is what we ended up with. It's not very much. It's in the upper corner of that triangular shape you see right there. It's about 1/4 actually gold material, and then 3/4 other material. It was very difficult to get out. And of course, there was the fact that we started with almost 9 pounds worth of material. So I don't blame it. I never blame it on the pay dirt that was sent me. And you have to remember this was sent free. I didn't pay for it. Tony sent it very kindly. And you should never look a gift horse in the mouth, I think is what they say. And I've probably already said that. Let's take a look at it under the microscope. Let's get it in focus for you. So as I said, you can see that it's some gold with a bunch of other material that I simply couldn't get out, no matter how hard I panned it, no matter how many things I did. But that piece in the center kind of indicates the problem that you're facing with this material. That's gold with some of that brown coating that comes with it. Now, there are other pieces in here that are don't have any of that brown material on top of it. So it's just as good as any other gold that I've seen. There just isn't that much. Certainly not going to take the time to weigh it because I don't think it would show up. Again, you can see one of those wires. I don't know where they come from. I don't know how they end up in pay dirt that has been dug by various people. But they're there. I don't know what that thing on the end there, the long thing on the end is, but good looking gold. Any gold is, I don't know. I just love how gold looks, so I don't mind looking at it under the microscope. But like I said, it's not enough to weigh and it's not enough to make its own bag of pay dirt. So what I've done is I made a bag of New Mexico blend, the pay dirt that we'll be selling. So I know it has gold in it. It's not a whole bunch. It's in the quarter gram, I guess is the best way to describe it. But I didn't think it was fair to make a bag with just this kind of material. So I made a bag with our material in it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take the GC mining gold, the Glacier Creek Mining Company gold, and I'm going to add it to our own bag so that when we give it away, you'll have more than that. Of course, this bag has our own pay dirt blend in it that comes from all the material that we've created. I actually had an extra vial, so I threw that in there as well. Okay, so you've got some of Glacier Creek's Mining Company's gold. You've got some of our gold. You've certainly got our pay dirt blend, so it should be a lot of fun for you. How do you win it? Well, all you have to do is make a comment below this video. We'd appreciate it if you'd like the video and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. But in order to have a chance of winning the gold, just make a comment below. And the giveaway is next Tuesday night. We're going to start running our giveaway live streams on Tuesdays rather than Mondays because there's a couple of other YouTubers that are on Monday. We don't want to compete with them. Okay, so you got a bag of pay dirt. We're ready to give it away. We hope you enjoyed this as much as we did processing it, and we'll look forward to seeing you on Tuesday night. Thanks for watching, guys.